A single aircraft appears on enemy radar for just 3 seconds before vanishing completely. By the time surface-to-air missiles lock onto its last known position, it's already delivered its payload and disappeared into the night. This isn't science fiction. This is the reality of modern stealth technology that has revolutionized warfare forever. Right now, invisible war machines are patrolling the skies above contested territories, carrying enough firepower to level entire military installations while remaining completely undetected. Some of these aircraft cost more than small countries' entire defense budgets, yet they've proven their worth by striking 40% of strategic targets while representing just 2.5% of attacking forces. From the revolutionary F-117 Nighthawk that first proved stealth technology in combat over Panama in 1989, to the cutting-edge B-21 Raider that's so advanced it's considered the most stealthy platform the world has ever seen, these invisible warriors have changed the rules of engagement completely. Welcome to Jet Insight, where we uncover the most fascinating military aviation stories. Today, we're revealing the top 10 stealthiest military aircraft ever built, machines so advanced that some remain classified even decades after their first flights. You'll discover why the F-22 Raptor's radar signature is comparable to a marble, how China's J-20 Mighty Dragon recently tripled its detection capabilities overnight, and why Russia's approach to stealth completely breaks conventional wisdom. What makes an aircraft truly invisible to radar? The answer involves revolutionary materials that can absorb radio waves, aircraft shapes designed by computers to scatter radar signals, and manufacturing techniques so precise that even tiny gaps between panels can compromise stealth effectiveness. If you're fascinated by military aviation and appreciate the incredible engineering behind these machines, type stealth in the comments below. 1. Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider, the ultimate stealth machine. Standing in a hangar at Edwards Air Force Base in California right now are 3 of the most advanced aircraft ever created. The B-21 Raider represents such a quantum leap in stealth technology that military experts believe it could operate undetected in airspace, where even the mighty F-22 Raptor might be spotted. Development of the B-21 began back in 2011, but the program remained shrouded in secrecy until December 2, 2022, when the first aircraft was unveiled in Palmdale, California. Even then, only carefully controlled images were released, with most of the aircraft's revolutionary capabilities remaining classified. What we do know is staggering. The B-21 incorporates 6th-generation stealth technology, with radar-absorbing materials so advanced they make previous stealth coatings look primitive. The aircraft's inlets are seamlessly integrated into its flying wing design, eliminating the radar reflection hotspots that plague earlier stealth aircraft. The Pentagon was so confident in this program that in January 2025, they approved low-rate initial production based on successful ground and flight tests. By March 2025, Congress had authorized an additional $4.5 billion for the program, a clear signal that this aircraft is delivering on its revolutionary promises. The B-21 will replace both the aging B-1 Lancer and the legendary B-2 Spirit by 2040. Unlike its predecessors, the Raider is designed from the ground up for both manned and unmanned operations, meaning future variants could operate completely autonomously in the most dangerous missions. Current plans call for at least 100 B-21s, though military leaders are pushing for up to 200 aircraft to meet growing global threats. Each aircraft costs approximately $550 million in 2010 dollars, roughly $753 million today, but that investment buys capability that no enemy air defense system can currently counter. But here's what makes the B-21 truly revolutionary. 2. Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, the untouchable fighter. Picture this. An F-22 Raptor approaching enemy territory appears on radar screens with the same signature as a marble rolling across a table. That's not an exaggeration. That's the actual radar cross-section of America's premier air superiority fighter. The F-22 story begins in the early 1980s, when the Air Force realized they needed a fighter capable of defeating advanced Soviet aircraft while remaining invisible to increasingly sophisticated radar systems. What emerged from Lockheed's Skunk Works was an aircraft so revolutionary that it's still considered the world's most capable air-to-air combat platform over 2 decades after its first flight in 1997. Only 187 F-22s were ever built, making each aircraft incredibly precious. The program cost $66 billion total, working out to approximately $350 million per aircraft when development costs are included. That astronomical price tag reflects the F-22's unprecedented capabilities. The Raptor achieves its incredible stealth through planform alignment. Every surface and edge is carefully angled to reflect radar waves away from their source. The aircraft's skin incorporates radar-absorbing materials, while its engines are positioned to minimize infrared signatures. Internal weapons bays ensure that missiles and bombs don't compromise the aircraft's stealth profile. But stealth is just one part of the F-22's dominance. The aircraft can supercruise at Mach 1.8 without using afterburners, allowing it to maintain high speeds while conserving fuel and reducing its infrared signature. Its thrust vectoring nozzles provide maneuverability that borders on the impossible. In September 2014, F-22 Raptors made their combat debut over Syria as part of the coalition against ISIS. The aircraft performed flawlessly, demonstrating that its theoretical advantages translate into real-world superiority. However, military planners are already concerned about the F-22's future effectiveness. Advanced air defense systems coming online by 2030 may challenge even the Raptor's incredible stealth capabilities, highlighting why the next generation of stealth aircraft is so critical. The F-22's legacy isn't just its own capabilities. It's proving that air superiority in the 21st century belongs to whoever controls the most advanced stealth technology. 3. Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit, the flying wing legend. On October 16, 2024, two gray triangular shapes appeared on radar screens over Yemen for just seconds before disappearing completely. Minutes later, 5 hardened underground weapons storage facilities erupted in precisely coordinated explosions. The B-2 Spirit had once again demonstrated why it remains one of the most feared weapons in the American arsenal. The B-2's story begins in the 1970s when the Air Force needed a bomber capable of penetrating Soviet air defenses to deliver nuclear weapons. The solution was radical, a flying wing design that eliminated vertical surfaces and created an aircraft with an incredibly small radar signature across all frequencies. Development took over 2 decades and cost $44 billion. When production ended in 1997, only 21 B-2s had been built, making each aircraft worth approximately $2.1 billion, including development costs. Today, 19 B-2s remain in service after one was destroyed in a 2008 crash, and another retired following damage in 2022. The B-2's flying wing configuration isn't just about stealth, it's also incredibly efficient. The aircraft can fly over 6,000 nautical miles without refueling and more than 10,000 nautical miles with a single aerial refueling. This range allows B-2s to strike targets anywhere on Earth from their home base at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. The bomber's stealth capabilities have proven themselves repeatedly in combat. During the 1999 Kosovo conflict, B-2s destroyed 33% of all Serbian bombing targets despite representing a tiny fraction of attacking aircraft. In the 2003 invasion of Iraq, B-2s conducted 49 sorties and delivered over 1.5 million pounds of precision munitions. What makes the B-2 particularly dangerous is its ability to carry both conventional and nuclear weapons. The aircraft can deliver up to 80 500-pound precision bombs or 16 nuclear warheads, making it a strategic deterrent that enemies must always consider. The B-2's maintenance requirements are legendary. Each aircraft requires climate-controlled hangars and specialized radar-absorbing coatings that must be regularly reapplied. Despite these challenges, the aircraft maintains a readiness rate that would be impressive for much simpler platforms. As the B-21 Raider prepares to enter service, the B-2 Spirit will gradually retire, but its legacy as the aircraft that proved large stealth platforms could work will continue influencing bomber design for decades. 4. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II, the global stealth revolution. Right now, F-35 Lightning II fighters are operating from aircraft carriers in the Pacific, air bases across Europe, and runways throughout the Middle East. With over 900 aircraft delivered to date, the F-35 has become the most successful stealth fighter program in history, proving that advanced low-observable technology can be mass-produced and globally deployed. The F-35 program launched in the 1990s with an ambitious goal: create a single aircraft family that could replace multiple legacy fighters while providing stealth capabilities to America's allies. The result was 3 variants: the conventional F-35A, the short takeoff and vertical landing F-35B for the Marines, and the carrier-capable F-35C for the Navy. Unlike the air superiority-focused F-22, the F-35 was designed as a multi-role platform capable of air-to-air combat, ground attack, electronic warfare, and intelligence gathering. This versatility comes with some stealth compromises. The F-35's radar cross-section is larger than the F-22's, but still small enough to provide significant tactical advantages. The F-35's true strength lies in its sensor fusion capabilities. The aircraft's distributed aperture system provides 360-degree situational awareness, while its advanced electronically scanned array radar can track multiple targets simultaneously. This information is shared instantly with other F-35s and allied platforms, creating a networked battlefield where information dominance is as important as stealth. International cooperation has been crucial to the F-35's success. Countries including the United Kingdom, Italy, Netherlands, Australia, Norway, Denmark, and Canada have invested in the program, creating a global fleet of interoperable stealth fighters. This international participation has helped drive down unit costs while strengthening alliance relationships. The F-35's combat debut came in 2018 when Israeli F-35Is conducted strikes in the Middle East. Since then, the aircraft has proven its effectiveness in multiple conflicts, demonstrating that its theoretical capabilities translate into real-world advantages. Production continues to ramp up, with plans for over 3,000 total aircraft across all variants. The latest Block 4 upgrades add new weapons capabilities and enhanced sensors, ensuring the F-35 remains relevant well into the 2050s. Critics initially questioned whether the F-35's complexity and cost were justified, but operational experience has validated the program's basic premise that networked stealth platforms can revolutionize modern warfare. 5. Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon, China's Stealth Awakening. On January 11, 2011, aviation observers at the Chengdu Aircraft Design Institute witnessed history. A sleek, angular aircraft unlike anything seen before taxied onto the runway and lifted off into Chinese skies. The J-20 Mighty Dragon had made its maiden flight, announcing to the world that America's stealth monopoly was officially over. The J-20's development traced back to China's JXX program of the 1990s, but the aircraft that emerged was far more sophisticated than Western intelligence had predicted. The design clearly showed influences from American stealth technology. Some critics alleged outright theft of F-22 and F-35 designs, but the J-20 also incorporated uniquely Chinese solutions to stealth challenges. Unlike Western stealth fighters that prioritize all-aspect low observability, the J-20 focuses heavily on frontal stealth. This approach makes sense for China's strategic requirements, penetrating enemy air defenses for long-range interception missions over the vast Pacific Ocean. The aircraft's Canard Delta configuration, traditionally considered incompatible with stealth, has been optimized through extensive use of radar-absorbing materials. The J-20 entered service with the People's Liberation Army Air Force in March 2017, making China only the second nation to field operational stealth fighters. By February 2018, the first J-20 combat unit was fully operational, and production has steadily increased since then. Today, over 200 J-20s are in service, more than the entire F-22 fleet. This rapid production demonstrates China's commitment to challenging American air superiority in the Western Pacific. Recent reports suggest China has achieved a major breakthrough in J-20 capabilities, with new semiconductor technology tripling the aircraft's radar detection range. The J-20 has evolved through multiple variants. Early aircraft used Russian AL-31F engines, but newer production models feature indigenous WS-10C power plants. The definitive WS-15 engines, currently under development, promise to provide supercruise capability and significantly enhance performance. Perhaps most intriguingly, China has developed a twin-seat J-20S variant, the world's first two-seat stealth fighter. This configuration allows one crew member to focus on flying while the other manages sensors, weapons, and potentially controls unmanned aircraft operating as loyal wingmen. The J-20's growing presence has forced American military planners to reconsider their assumptions about Pacific air superiority. No longer can U.S. forces assume they'll face only older, less capable aircraft in any potential conflict. Before we continue exploring these incredible machines, I want to reach out to our military veterans and aviation enthusiasts in our audience. If you've served in any branch of the armed forces or you're passionate about military aviation, we'd love to have you join our growing community of like-minded individuals who appreciate the incredible dedication and engineering behind these platforms. 6. Sukhoi Su-57 Felon. Russia's different approach. While America and China pursued maximum stealth, Russia took a radically different path with the Su-57 Felon. Rather than creating an aircraft optimized purely for low observability, Russian designers prioritized what they call functional stealth, a balance between radar evasion, exceptional maneuverability, and advanced sensors. The Su-57's development began in the early 2000s as Russia's answer to the F-22 Raptor. The aircraft made its first flight on January 29, 2010, but development has been slower than originally planned due to economic constraints and technical challenges. Looking at the Su-57, its stealth compromises are immediately obvious. The aircraft retains a rounded electro-optical sensor ball that creates significant radar reflections, movable leading-edge root extensions that compromise stealth, and engine inlets that aren't optimized for low observability. These design choices were deliberate. Russian engineers prioritized other capabilities over pure stealth. What the Su-57 lacks in stealth, it makes up for in other areas. The aircraft's 3D thrust vectoring nozzles provide maneuverability that exceeds even the F-22's impressive capabilities. Its sensor suite is specifically designed to detect Western stealth aircraft, with L-band radar arrays that can spot targets optimized for higher frequency radar bands. The Su-57's weapon systems are particularly impressive. The aircraft can carry a wide variety of air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons, both internally and externally. When stealth isn't required, the Su-57 can carry more weapons than any other fifth-generation fighter. Production has been limited, with fewer than 20 Su-57s currently in service. Economic sanctions and budget constraints have slowed the program significantly. However, the aircraft has seen limited combat deployment in Syria, where it conducted real-world testing of its systems and capabilities. Russia's approach with the Su-57 reflects a fundamental disagreement with Western stealth philosophy. Russian military theorists argue that pure stealth is becoming less effective as radar technology advances, making multi-spectrum capabilities more valuable than low observability alone. 7. Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk, the stealth pioneer. On December 20, 1989, American F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighters streaked through Panamanian skies on history's first stealth combat mission. The angular black aircraft struck their targets with precision while remaining completely invisible to enemy radar. Modern stealth warfare had officially begun. The F-117's origins trace back to 1975, when the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency challenged aerospace companies to create an aircraft that could penetrate Soviet air defenses undetected. Lockheed's Skunk Works division, led by Ben Rich, developed a radical solution based on faceted surfaces that scattered radar waves in predetermined directions. The result was unlike any aircraft ever built. The F-117's angular, diamond-shaped design looked more like a science fiction spacecraft than a traditional fighter. Every surface was carefully angled to reflect radar energy away from enemy receivers, creating an aircraft with a radar cross-section smaller than a large bird. Development was conducted in complete secrecy at Area 51 in Nevada. The first F-117 flew on June 18, 1981, but the aircraft's existence wasn't officially acknowledged until November 1988. Even then, only carefully controlled images were released to protect the program's classified technologies. The F-117 proved its revolutionary capabilities during Operation Desert Storm in 1991. Despite representing only 2.5% of American aircraft in Iraq, F-117s struck 40% of strategic targets with unprecedented precision. The aircraft flew 1,299 combat sorties without suffering any battle damage, fundamentally changing military aviation forever. The Nighthawk's limitations were as notable as its capabilities. The aircraft was subsonic, had limited payload capacity, and could only operate at night due to its distinctive appearance. Its faceted design made it aerodynamically unstable, requiring constant computer-controlled adjustments to maintain controlled flight. After 27 years of service, the F-117 was officially retired in 2008 as newer stealth aircraft, like the F-22 and F-35, entered service. However, several aircraft remain in flyable storage at the Tonopah Test Range in Nevada, and some have been spotted flying in recent years for classified testing purposes. The F-117's legacy extends far beyond its own service life. It proved that stealth technology could work in combat, paving the way for every stealth aircraft that followed. 8. Boeing MQ-25 Stingray, the stealth tanker revolution. In 2026, aviation history will be made when the first MQ-25 Stingray lands on an aircraft carrier deck. This unmanned tanker will become the world's first operational carrier-based stealth drone, opening an entirely new chapter in naval aviation, while solving one of the Navy's most pressing operational challenges. The MQ-25 program emerged from the Navy's recognition that aerial refueling was consuming too many valuable fighter aircraft. Currently, up to 30% of Super Hornet sorties are dedicated to tanker missions, reducing the number of aircraft available for combat operations. The MQ-25 will free these fighters for their intended roles while providing more efficient refueling capabilities. Boeing's winning design incorporates significant stealth features, including a blended fuselage shape, flush engine inlet to shield compressor blades from radar, and a distinctive V-tail configuration. While not as stealthy as dedicated combat aircraft, these features provide enough low observability to operate in contested environments. The MQ-25 can carry up to 15,000 pounds of fuel with an operational range of 1,500 nautical miles. This capability will extend the effective range of carrier air wings significantly, allowing them to operate further from potential threats while maintaining combat effectiveness. Beyond its primary tanker mission, the MQ-25 serves as a pathfinder for all future carrier-based unmanned operations. The aircraft incorporates manned-unmanned teaming capabilities, allowing fighter pilots to command the drone directly from their cockpits. This technology will be crucial for future collaborative combat aircraft programs. Recent testing has validated the MQ-25's capabilities. The aircraft successfully completed its first aerial refueling operation in 2021, proving that unmanned platforms can safely conduct these critical missions. The Navy has ordered 76 MQ-25s at an estimated cost of $1.3 billion. Vice Admiral Daniel Cheever, commander of Naval Air Forces, recently confirmed that the MQ-25 will begin flight operations in 2025 and integrate onto carriers in 2026. This timeline represents the Navy's commitment to rapidly fielding this revolutionary capability. 9. Dassault Neuron UCAV, Europe's stealth collaboration. When the Dassault Neuron took flight on December 1, 2012, it marked Europe's entry into the stealth unmanned combat aircraft arena. This flying wing demonstrator represents the largest multinational military aviation project in European history, bringing together 6 nations in pursuit of advanced unmanned combat capabilities. The Neuron program emerged from France's Logis-Duc Stealth USAV initiative, which began in 1999. As costs mounted, France invited European partners to join the project, creating a consortium that includes Sweden, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, and Greece. Each nation contributes specific expertise and manufactures different aircraft components. The Neuron's flying wing design measures 10 meters long by 12 meters wide, roughly the size of a Mirage 2000 fighter rotated 90 degrees. The aircraft incorporates advanced stealth shaping with radar-absorbing materials and weighs approximately 5 tons. Its Adour turbofan engine, adapted from the Cipicat Jaguar, provides subsonic performance with maximum speeds between Mach 0.7 and 0.8. Testing has validated the Neuron's stealth characteristics and autonomous capabilities. The aircraft can operate independently, using pre-programmed missions, or receive commands from ground stations and airborne platforms like the Rafale fighter. Internal weapons bays can carry 2 250-kilogram precision-guided bombs. The program's true value lies in technology development and industrial cooperation. The Neuron has allowed European aerospace companies to develop skills and technologies that will be crucial for future manned and unmanned combat aircraft. With no new fighter programs expected before 2030, the Neuron maintains European expertise in advanced combat aircraft design. France has announced plans to invest 128 million euros in 2024 to develop an operational unmanned combat aircraft based on Neuron technologies. This next-generation platform will likely feature more powerful engines, enhanced stealth characteristics, and expanded mission capabilities. The Neuron represents Europe's determination to remain competitive in the global stealth aircraft market while demonstrating that multinational cooperation can produce world-class military technologies. 10. Northrop Grumman 47B, the carrier stealth pioneer. On July 10, 2013, aviation history was made when an unmanned X-47B successfully landed on the deck of USS George H.W. Bush. This tailless flying wing aircraft had just proven that autonomous stealth platforms could operate from aircraft carriers, opening possibilities that military planners are still exploring today. The X-47B emerged from DARPA's Joint Unmanned Combat Air Systems program, designed to demonstrate that large unmanned aircraft could perform the most challenging mission in military aviation: carrier operations. The program aimed to prove that autonomous systems could handle the split-second timing and precision required for carrier launches and recoveries. Northrop Grumman's design featured a distinctive cranked wing configuration optimized for both stealth and carrier operations. The aircraft's tailless design eliminated vertical surfaces that create radar reflections, while providing the stability needed for autonomous flight. Advanced fly-by-wire systems managed the aircraft's inherently unstable configuration. The X-47B demonstrated capabilities that seemed impossible just years earlier. The aircraft successfully completed autonomous takeoffs and landings from carriers, conducted aerial refueling operations, and integrated seamlessly with manned aircraft operations. These achievements validated concepts that are now being incorporated into operational platforms, like the MQ-25 Stingray. Two X-47B demonstrators completed extensive testing between 2011 and 2015, proving that the technology was mature enough for operational development. The program cost approximately $813 million and provided invaluable data for future unmanned systems development. While the X-47B itself never entered production, its technologies directly influenced every subsequent carrier-based unmanned aircraft program. The lessons learned about autonomous carrier operations, manned-unmanned integration, and stealth unmanned systems continue shaping Navy aviation development. The X-47B's legacy lives on in current programs like the MQ-25 and future initiatives that will bring increasingly capable unmanned systems to carrier flight decks. Conclusion: from the revolutionary F-117 that first proved stealth technology could work in combat, to the cutting-edge B-21 Raider that represents the absolute pinnacle of low observable design, these 10 aircraft have fundamentally changed how nations project military power around the world. The United States currently maintains its technological edge with the most advanced stealth platforms, but this advantage is no longer absolute. China's rapid progress with the J-20 and its variants demonstrates that stealth technology is becoming more widely accessible. Russia's different approach with the Su-57 shows that there are multiple paths to fifth-generation capability. Looking ahead, the future belongs to manned-unmanned teams where stealth platforms work together with autonomous systems to achieve mission objectives. The integration of artificial intelligence, advanced materials, and networking technologies will create capabilities that exceed anything possible with single-platform solutions. These aircraft represent more than impressive engineering achievements. They're the tools that ensure freedom-loving nations can project power when necessary and deter aggression through strength. The men and women who design, build, maintain, and fly these incredible machines deserve our deepest respect and appreciation. The stealth revolution that began with the F-117 over 4 decades ago continues evolving at an incredible pace. As new threats emerge and technology advances, these invisible warriors will continue adapting to ensure that those who serve our nation have every possible advantage when they're called upon to defend freedom and democracy around the world. If you found this deep dive into stealth aviation as fascinating as we did, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more incredible military aviation content. And remember, these remarkable aircraft exist because of the dedication and sacrifice of countless individuals who've devoted their careers to keeping our skies safe.